mystery. A story to tell. A world to live. Gift of the Nile. Guardian of the past. Capturing the hearts of people all over the world. Get inspired to start your own story, where it all begins.
These are the three pyramids of the kings, Khufu, Kaf, and Mankur, who reigned between 2560 BC and 2470 BC, during the 4th dynasty of the Old Kingdom. These are the tombs of the kings that have been built using civil engineering and astronomical and geological methods, and are considered one of the 7 wonders of the world. The biggest pyramid belongs to King Khufu, with an area of 13 acres, and 2.3 million pieces of stone were used, and weighs about 6.5 million tons, and had a height of 146 meters, and is currently 137 meters. Obelisk is made from one piece of rose, or black granite. The king used to offer this to God Ra, because this was the first place where God Ra sat on the floor. The top section of the obelisk is in the form of a pyramid. This section is considered holy. The pyramid-like section is covered with an electron, golden alloy and refined silver. The body of the obelisk was engraved with the king's name, prayers, and other religious sayings. There are other doctrines engraved on the base of the obelisk. There were approximately 28 obelisks. 8 are situated in Egypt. The remaining 20 are outside of Egypt, as they were given to foreign countries as a valuable present from the Egyptian ruler. These obelisks cannot be smuggled due to being made from one piece, their height and their weight of a few hundred tons.
I am Queen Hatshepsut, the daughter of the king Tudhadmus I. I am the symbol of power. I took the form of the Sphinx because his head represents wisdom and intelligence, whilst his body represents power. Hence, I have integrated wisdom and power within me. I married the king Tudhadmus II. After his death, Tudhadmus III was entitled to rule. However, due to his young age, my knowledge of managing a country, and my strong desire to govern this country, I decided to be responsible for his upbringing. I prepared him for the future from an academic and a military point of view. I became the first queen to govern Egypt. To find acceptance from the congregation, I pretend to be religious and revealed that I am the daughter of King Amun-Ra. I ordered the scribes to permit me with Pharaoh's title. For example, they refer to me as Queen Hatshepsut. I took care of the trade in all countries, and life flourished during my reign. I have many commercial missionaries which I sent to Bount and other countries. I engraved all my accomplishments on the walls of my temple in the western Luxor. The engineer Senmut demonstrated cleverness in building my temple, and for the first time he designed a 3-story temple. Everyone can enter my temple by going through an ascending road surrounded by trees around my statues. I departed this world on the 14th of January, 1457 BC, after I spent 21 years governing the beloved Egypt.
The temple of Queen Hatshepsut, who reigned in 15 BC from the 18th dynasty, located west of Luxor and built for funeral rites. It is a uniquely designed 3-story, limestone building. There are statues for Queen Hatshepsut, the god Osiris, and the Sphinx. Additionally, there are inscriptions showing the relation between the Queen and the gods, and consists of hexagonal square pillars and columns. I am the King Manco from the 4th dynasty in the Olden States. I am the owner of the smallest pyramid of Giza. My group consists of the goddess, Hathor, Sekhmet, and Bast god. They are the main gods of the 7th district. I am one of the pharaoh scribes from the 1st dynasty in the Olden state of the year 3200 BC. I sit and put papyrus on my legs. Beside me sits the ink bottle and the feather which represent the scribe in the hieroglyphic language. I am known for my deep gaze, which represents my intense memory. The occupation of the scribe is very important, as he teaches the people how to read and write. To become a scribe, one must undertake great education. There are many specialties. Among us, you can find the king scribe, king palace scribe, minister's court, scribe of bureau, census scribe, and science scribe. The artist made many statues of scribes from different materials. For instance, limestone, sandstone, granite, basalt.
I am Queen Nefertiti, the wife of King Akhenaten, the first one who called for godly unity. I supported him during his request for godly unity. We moved from Tiba in Oxor to El Amana in North Mena. My husband insisted to follow the truth, which was reflected in the sculpture of the statues which symbolize us. For the first time, we revealed our problems and the truth on the statue, together with our son Tutankhamun. We are the 18th dynasty of the recent state. I am Cleopatra VII, daughter of Ptolemy XII. I was a queen of Egypt in 51 BC. Complications arose between me and my brother Ptolemy XIII. With the help of Julius Caesar, I defeated my rival and declared the throne for myself. Later, I fell in love with Mark Antony. A battle arose between Octavian and Mark. Mark and I combined our armies in order to fight Octavian in a raging sea battle at Actium. The clash, however, ended with a costly defeat for the Egyptians in 31 BC, forcing us to flee back to Egypt. Antony, the despondent Roman leader, committed suicide by stabbing himself. I followed my lover's demise by ending my life by being bitten by an Egyptian cobra. I was the last ruler of the Macedonian Greek dynasty. Also, I was last pharaoh of ancient Egypt. Since then, Egypt became one of the Roman empires in 30 BC. I established many pharaonic temples. My story and my life have captivated historians, storytellers, contemporary writers, poets, and even the Egyptian and international movie directors.
I am Ramses II. I was the 3rd pharaoh of the 19th dynasty of Egypt. My father was the pharaoh, Sethi I. My father educated and brought me up to be a leader in Egypt. At age 14, I was appointed by my father, Sethi I, as pharaoh of Egypt. It was known that I have ruled Egypt from 1279 BC to 1213 BC. During this time, Egypt was prosperous and peaceful. I was the greatest pharaoh of ancient Egypt, one of 11. I led several military expeditions, in all of which I achieved victory. I was also known as a great builder. I focused on building cities, temples, and monuments, such as the Temple of Amun-Ra. I also got married to many wives, but I loved Nefertiti the most. I built for her the Temple of Abu Simbel, to the goddess Hathor. Also I established the Hypostal Hall in the Karnak Temple, which consisted of 234 massive columns. I also have a gigantic statue made from one piece of rose granite and weighs around 1,000 tons. It is considered the greatest archaeological statue in the world and is located in the Ram Museum in the Upper Egypt, across the Nile from the modern city of Luxor. My statue broke in pieces during Jesus Christ's trip to Egypt. I was buried in a tomb in the Valley of the Kings. The Temple of Abu Simbel belongs to King Ramses II and ruled around 13 BC of the 19th dynasty, dedicated to the god Amun-Ra. It is located 290 kilometers southwest of Aswan and is a carved temple in the rock. And as we can see here, there are 4 statues of King Ramses II wearing the royal crown and ruling over both Upper Egypt and Lower Egypt. And the height is 20 meters, and next to it is smaller statues reaching up to his knees. The smaller statues are of his wife, Nefertari, and his mother, Mut, and of his children. A remarkable phenomenon occurs when the sun passes twice on the face of King Ramses II, on his birthday and his coronation, on 22nd of October and 22nd of February every year. Nefertari's temple, Abu Simbel, was built by King Ramses II for his wife Nefertari, dedicated to the goddess Hathor, and dates back to 13 BC, and is located about 100 meters northeast of Ramses II's temple and its huge statues. Here we see 6 statues. 3 of them are of King Ramses II. In 2 of them, he is wearing the crown of the south, and the 3rd one he is wearing a crown, representative of his reign over the north and the south. For the first time, there is a statue of Queen Nefertari in the same size than that of the king. I am Osiris, the god of the afterlife, and the director of the court of the dead. My doctrine appeared in the olden state and continued till the end of the pharaoh's reign. My wife Isis gave birth to Horus. Together we became 3 gods. Our story is quite famous. They titled us as the Pharaoh's Trinity. I am a just governor who condemns each one according to their deeds, without looking at the deceased status.
I am Isis, the wife of Osiris, the mother of Horus. I worked hard to resurrect my husband from his death after he was killed by the evil Seth. With the help of the other gods, we returned my husband to life. I am a simple, kind, faithful, hard worker, and successful wife. I am also one of the Osiris Trinity group with our son Horus.
I, Tutankhamun, the youngest pharaoh king, reigning from 1334 BC to 1325 BC. I was 8 years old. My father is King Akhenaten, from the recent 18th royal family. I did not partake in any military wars or any important activities. I was with the priest of God Amun and returned the worship of Amun-Ra to the kingdom and destroyed the worship of Aton. I permitted God worship without considering others. One day I fell on my leg, and this caused many complications. Once I felt death was approaching me, I headed to my grave. I left this world in 1325 BC. With my passing, I left the world with one of the greatest golden treasures, as one of the Egyptian pharaohs. Carter and Carnival discovered my grave in 1922 AD. This is my golden mask, made from precious stones, gold and pure glass. The height of my statue is 54 centimeters and weighs 11 kilograms. It was kept in the Egyptian Museum in Tahrir with my Egyptian grandson. Luxor temples set up by the kings of the 18th and 19th dynasty since the 4th century BC. This temple was dedicated to the god Amun-Ra and his wife and their son Qonsu. We can see here there is a huge statue of King Ramses II, and with a height of 24 meters and a width of 65 meters. In front of King Ramses II, there is a pink granite obelisk with height of 22.52 meters and weighs 257 tons. The Road of the Rams is a road that unites the Temple of Karnak in the north and the Temple of Luxor in the south, and is 2,700 meters in length and 76 meters in width. There are statues of rams on either side of the road of the Temple of Karnak. The ram is a symbol of the god Kenol. This road is visible from parts that are near the temples of Karnak and Luxor. The rest of the rams are under the current road and buildings between the two temples, which was known as the New Kingdom.
I feel like I should have got to do one. How was it?